Class 8, Chapter 4, Matters and Non-Matters. Good morning, my dear children. Today we are going to discuss about the matters and non-matters. Maybe you observed we have so many things at home, and if we go outside, we can see so many things are around us. These all things are made by matters and non-matters. So today we are going to discuss about the properties of matters and non-matters, how they will react, how we can find them, in which things we can find them. These things we are going to discuss in this chapter. So let us start today's chapter. Introduction. We have an infinite variety of substances in the universe. The number of elements forming these substances is limited. An important classification of elements is in terms of matters and non-matters. Most of the elements are matters. A few among them are such matters which possess the characteristics of both matters and non-matters. Children, we have so many things in our environment, in our universe, which are the matters and non-matters. Some things are there, they have the property of both the substances, matters and non-matters. More about elements. There are certain substances that cannot be broken down to new substances by heating and cooling, by electrolysis, by chemical reaction. Such substances are called elements. For example, iron cannot be converted into or more different substances by physical and chemical, and hence it is an element. Similarly, carbon, lead, gold, etc. are some other elements. There are 115 elements discovered so far. Almost these elements, 92 elements, are naturally occurring and 23 are man-made elements. Physical properties of metals. You might have seen the working of a goldsmith or a blacksmith. Would you expect a similar change on beating a log of wood? Qualities of metals. Metals are good conductor of electricity. Most of the metals are good conductor of electricity. However, bismuth is a bad conductor of electricity, while silver and gold are the best conductor of electricity. Metals are malleable. Metals can be beaten into thin sheets. For example, gold and silver are highly malleable metals as they can be hammered into very thin polish. Metals are ductile. Metals are generally ductile and they can be thrown into thin wires. Exceptions are sodium, potassium, mercury or gallium, etc. Metals are sonorous. Metals produce sound when they hit by an object. They are sonorous. It is due to this reason that things made of metals produce ringing sound when struck on a hard surface. Metals are good conductor of heat. Most of the metals are the good conductor of heat and have high melting point. Silver and copper are the best conductors of heat, while lead and mercury are comparatively poor conductor of heat. Metals are lustrous. Freshly cut metals have metallic luster. Metal surface reflects light brightly and they take polish easily. Metals are usually hard. Metals cannot be cut easily, but sodium and potassium are soft enough to be cut with a knife. Even calcium, lead, magnesium, gold, etc. not very hard. Mercury is a liquid metal. Metals have high melting point. That point of temperature on which any substance starts melting from solid state to liquid state is called the melting point of that substance. Metals have high melting point because of their hardness. Physical properties of non-metals. Physical state. Non-matter exist in all three physical states of matter. They are solid, liquid, and gaseous at room temperature. Lecture. All the non-matters have very dull lecture. They have wide variety of colors. Melting point. Non-metals have very low melting and boiling point due to weak forces of attraction between their molecules. Malleability. Non-metals are non-malleable. They cannot be beaten into thin sheets. Ductility. Non-metals are non-ductile. They cannot be drawn into thin wires. Conductivity. Non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity except graphite. Hardness. Non-metals are usually soft except diamond, which is the hardest known as non-metal on the Earth's surface. Sonorous. Non-metals are not sonorous. They do not create a sound when struck against a hard surface. Chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Children, here we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of non-metals and metals. When they react with the chemicals, then what will happen? Let us see. Reaction with oxygen. For Fe plus 3O2 plus H2O is equals to 2Fe2O3 H2O. 2Mg plus H2O equals to 2MgO. Both of these oxides are basic in nature. Thus metals combine with oxides to form basic oxides. Reaction with water. Different metals behave differently in their reaction with the water. Sodium reacts violently with water. 2Na plus 2H2O equals to 2NaOH plus H2. Reaction with acids. Non-metals generally do not react with acids, but metals react with acids. Metals react with acids and produce hydrogen gas. The burn with the pop sound on bringing a burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube. Copper does not react with dilute hydrochloric acid even on heating, but it reacts with sulfuric acid and nitric acid. The reactions of hydrochloric acid with aluminium and iron and shows in the following reaction. 2La plus 6H2O HCl equals to 2AlCl3 plus 3H2. Fe plus 2HCl equals to FeCl2 plus H2. Importance. We use metallic utensils in our houses. Then certain foodstuffs with acid in them, especially pickles, curd, and citrus fruits are kept in these utensils. There is a reaction between the acids in the foodstuff and metals. Hence, it is advised that foodstuffs with acid components should not be stored in the utensils made of these metals. Rust. Rusting is the term used for the corrosion of iron. Many metals corrode, but only one rusts. Rusting of iron is a serious problem. Every year, enormous amount of money is spent to replace damaged iron and steel structures to protect them from the rusting. Two conditions are necessary for the rusting to take place: presence of oxygen and presence of water. Preventing rust. Rusting of iron and steel can be prevented by painting oiling and greasing, plastic clothing, fluorinating plating, etc. Alloying, this method changes the properties of the metal. The oxides of these metals are insoluble in water. Most of the metals react with oxygen to form their oxides. Some metals react rapidly with oxygen compared to other metals. The rate of reaction of different metals with oxygen is different. Mind map. Displacement reaction, reaction with dilute acid, reaction with water, reaction with salt solution, reaction with oxides and hydroxides. Chemical properties, reduced agent, reduce reaction with oxygen, basic acids, amphoteric acid. Thank you, my dear children. God bless you all.